Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LCK Spring 2025.
He does get control of the lane for them.
Would have been good if barrel hooked someone as, Showmaker.
Well, he's going to find Peanut. I don't think he meant to find him. And that's going to be a kill that is given over to Zeka just like that. Before 3 minutes, Peanut just showing up. Gives us some Pengus as well. And there's no
possible bait here.
Delight. Yeah.
Barrel does still have his heal available.
This looks very obvious, but Delight doesn't have flash, so even if it's obvious, he might just still die. As Delight about to get knocked up here by the Xin Zhao. And a bit of more damage would have done it, but they can't put the damage in, and now Barrel is too far forward, and Peanut comes in. Lucid goes back in, actually, as does Delight, and Delight's going to go down. Peanut does finish off the kill, but now we got to flash forward here from aiming. The Root comes in, and Viper is in a lot of trouble. He gets taken out, and the bottom side of the map here for DK is looking strong.
A necessity!
Playing backs away. Zeus very good about taking strong trades like that. Shu, though, he's just fine himself. You know, he's just going to clear out the wave. I say that, though. Zeus is going in. He's thinking about it. He wants to kill the solo, but he's taking so much damage. The flash misses! Oh, no, Shu! Not like this! And Zeus says, thank you very much. I will collect $200. I think this Jace is just fine into Senna Nautilus. Not a lot of pressure there, especially with the whole team coming in. As now, going in is Lucid, but he's up against 3 people. He's just in there by himself. And Zeka's like, hey man, you're by yourself. And Lucid doesn't even get to flash.
Yeah, Banana Burst Control, a powerful tool. It's that team up of Delight and Peanut. And getting the pick, that's a lot going over to Hanwha life here. As Peanut will be able to take this dragon. And even with Viper towards the top side of the map, Zeus is just laning 1v2.
It's just fine for now. Peanut taking a lot of damage.
Actually, well done. Because of the damage he did, he's just trying desperately to do enough damage so that they can't just straight up dive him. Is the TP?
Yeah, the TP comes in. Oh, the mist's going to keep him alive. And now the ult comes out from the Senna, and Showmaker on the Ahri. He's just cleaning up house. As Peanut goes down, it's a double kill, as they do not respect the Ahri teleport.
And that was all Shiu. The bait, the confidence to go in, the dodge.
Yeah, we even have a TP now, so Zeus, or rather Zeka, heard me, and he's like, well, I'll use my TP now. Shiu in a lot of trouble. You're not getting out of this one. 4v1 under the turret, but at the same time, DK are going to look to push mid. It is a Senna, though, so you're kind of just tickling,
look at her go.
The turret. It's not really doing much, but they are going to get a free Rift Herald and damage on the top turret as well.
Bit unfortunate, Shiu there, not really expecting this heavy of an overload, because that clears enough if it's just Peanut. But with this many people on that side of the map, not going to be able to outplay it. The play is fine though, especially if they can, I don't even know you have to play for the killer, but just getting the Herald shards on mid. If you get 2 turrets for 1, trade's not too bad. You do need to make sure the inner doesn't die though, and Zeus is trying his best to take that down. Mid also not actually going to go down, but a good amount of damage done here for DK, and they should be able to trade that top turret as well.
Yeah, top turret goes down, mid is extremely low. The one other thing I'm looking at is the feats of strength, where they're both very close, one objective away, and that's really the only thing they're playing for because each side got 1 each. The feats of warfare going to DK, and the first turret going to Hanwha Esports. So next objective could be pretty big. It does feel like on this patch, even though we don't mention it all too often, like the feats of strength are actually quite good with the price decrease. So something that both of these teams should have their eye on. So in about 2 minutes, might see a play over that Mountain Dragon. As Peanut just going to throw in an ult to not die. It's a very long lane. Zeka is here with his turret against 3 people, and now TP's coming in. They're both going to just ult and flash away from that one, as they did not want a piece of Zeka.
They got the TP though, so Lucid not having his flash is definitely a price that is paid, but does allow Shiu to now put some serious pressure towards his bot side of the map. A good job by Hanwha though to protect, as well as, so this Senna build, I'm okay with the shift, I get it, right? You just need the wave clear as an AD carry, because you're actually playing an AD carry, you're not playing a support.
Yeah. All right, little play here from Barrel and aiming, but it's 2v4 for now. Wow. Finally, Shiu comes in. That's a lot of damage from the needles already. But Zeus is going to get away. Viper seems to be at safety, and Delight as well gets under the turret, so not really punished. You know, they push up, they take a lot of damage, and Lucid is going to push for more. He's actually going very deep for this.
Oh, that is a lot of Sumscon, though.
Yeah.
So they didn't get the kills and the snowball that I think they were looking for. As Lucid, I think just trying to cancel backs because they want to try and turn this. This is a little early for Dragon. So there are going to be resistances. Peanut is an obvious one as a tank, but even Shiu gets a ton of value out of it. Playing a Senna when you have a shield on top of the healing that you provide as well. As Delight, he is looking, has flash available for a big angle, as does Zeka.
Their damage on this Dragon is so slow from DK.
Oh, the poke.
With the Senna. Beryl really trying a hard force for that one. He's going to totally miss, but he does eat the Sejuani ult, taking a ton of damage though now. As you and Lucid are pretty deep, the rest of the team not quite in there. A lot of needle damage though, and the Senna ult over the top, and now they get that hook on Zeus, who is going to have to flash away. Dragon also goes to DK, and this one is looking good.
Resets!
Resets are coming in. That's a second kill. Showmaker once more. And Zeus just trying to do some burst on his way out, but he will go down. The charm, the insta-cleanse. But look at this. They put that aiming onto the turret. DK with the clean 5-for-0 ace in this game.
Is game 1 DK back?
Yes.
We're not gonna make any judgments about the rest of this. A lot of resources are just put into Beryl here, who doesn't really care. And then the re-engage from the light here is on Lucid, who you can't really target, and Shiu's still in his bubble.
So points here. Given for free to DK. There is a TP.
Oh,
they're just gonna try to rush Nash.
Yeah.
As aiming is coming on over. They do have Varus, lethality, or not lethality, on-hit Varus with, of course, lethal tempo.
They'll be able to get in here.
So they have so much damage. Like, look at that health bar. There's nothing that Beryl can do. As Showmaker comes on in, but the smite is going to be good. That is the Baron over, but already Viper's dead. And Peanut as well, just going to go down. Zeka left here, as the rest of the team is just abandoning ship. And Zeka, it's only a matter of time for him to go down here as well. So 3 kills in the trade for Baron. I think Hanwha Life will be okay with that, but let's see what DK can get off of the back of these kills.
But as Valdez is so nicely pointing out to me,
triple kill for Showmaker.
that is 21 stacks on the Magi. So now that conversation is a lot. It's up the fight and actually get something going, as we do see Zeka.
He's going to go for the sweep here, but already standing on Malignant. There is a turret to come up, but he's all alone. We got TP coming up here, though. And DK saying, all right, thank you for the TP. We'll back away. Delight deciding to go in, and Beryl's going to flash away from the chains. Lucid now goes in without his team, but is incredibly strong. Has a Senna behind him, but I think he might have gone too far. He's going to be picked off, and Delight is still alive. Needle's coming out here. Shiu looking to lead the charge, as he does get backed away. Peanut taking a ton of damage here, but no further kills just yet. Both of these teams on the tightrope. Beryl does get the hook in here, but the follow-up not... Okay, there it is. Was a bit off screen. Shiu now is just going to run them down. And aiming is able to flash away to get away from Zeka. And yes, Beryl dies, but it's just more kills for Showmaker, more stacks for him, and more kills for the team. Viper trying to take some of those stacks away, but again, the arm guard is here. Rest of the team, though, kind of running away from him. Aiming coming on up, but a little bit scared of him. Showmaker going in, going out. And they really want these kills, but they're very scared about doing it. There's another one. Showmaker gets the reset.
The arrow?
He's holding on to the arrow here. He knows he wants to take those stacks away, but he's not going to be able to. And that's just another kill here to Showmaker, as DK are wiping the floor with Hanwha now.
Doesn't necessarily deserve an award for cleanliness. Poke from Zeus, the damage from Zeka, and the fact that Delight just stays in this as well, just waiting off of the side to maybe go for something, as maybe a bit of an overstep here, but the charm onto Azir.
Yep, here we go again. Zeka out of position, taken down. They don't have any more stacks to give over to Showmaker, so they just give the kill to anyone.
This is Hanwha Life on blue side as well.
Yeah, we'll see it again here in game 2, it looks like. Peanut going in, he's still level 13. Not really able to do too much. Throws an ult in just to try to survive, but that is Viper not able to play the game. Peanut as well taken down. This Ahri is legendary, and nobody can stop him. The amount of damage with the 25 stacks on the Magi's is just disgusting. 9-1-9 is Showmaker, and this is quickly turning into a very one-sided stomp, as DK will be able to take game 1 in this best-of-3 series.
A Saturday showdown that might actually deliver Velda. I think the amount of kite back that they have available into a composition that doesn't really have a choice. Again, outside of Jane, who can obviously do a great job of setting up from awkwardly walking toy.
So DK do not know about this, but aiming checks and misses. So now everybody's coming out of the brush. That's Cleanse already out of aiming, and there's not much that Showmaker can do with just a Z. That's first blood over to Viper's Jin already.
Gonna be feeling good about this one if you're Hanwha Life. Showmaker also taking a good amount of damage. Obviously not in a position to trade back. Just has to kind of eat this. That is the kill. Get a little bit of resources. See what the wave state is though, because if Lucid doesn't make his way up at all, I don't know at what point Shiu is going to be able to fix this. So that is something.
6. But still in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he's definitely dead.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if he can outplay to maybe take a kill. I don't think he can clear the wave from a distance.
Oh, they're trying to dive here. As Lucid just going on the bottom side. You see the ult come in. That's first blood, or rather second blood, going over to DK. And Shiu not dying just yet. The damage is not there. Zeka not going to be able to tank it up. Has to back, and Delay goes down too as Showmaker, Roam to the top lane, picks up a free one.
Are setting up and are going to get this second Dragon Valdez, and as long as it's not Chemtech, Ocean, I guess Ocean also is a little...
It's Chemtech.
Well, I know we're getting the cam, right? We have to.
This is a Nico getting engaged on here. Beryl not in a great spot, but he is just going to walk this. Okay, aiming, not going to block for that. Seemed like a very straight up one, but he elected not to. Instead, he said, I'm the AD carry. I'm not going to block for you. Beryl also could have flashed.
For space, is that a thing we can get? I want to know. Who's been grasping better?
Always a good thing to look at. Showmaker in a bit of trouble here. Is going to try to flash away, and even with the Roa against 3 people, he will go down. We do have Lucid trying to join on in, but he's going to get knocked back. Delight in a rough spot as the spear gets him, but at the same time, it's 2 for 1, and they get free time with this turret. Even picking up 1 plate before it does go down, so Hanwha Life going to like this trade.
Pretty big win there for Hanwha. Nicely done. Able to both punish Showmaker and then Lucid in an attempt to save his mid laner. Ends up going down. Viper, I think, picked up an assist there as well for his troubles. And she, you know, like he's winning the lane. Maybe it would have been okay because he would have gotten over the wall, but unfortunately...
If he gets over the wall, maybe. But if he doesn't and gets bounced, then probably not. Delight just dies here. Not sure exactly how that originated, but it does mean that this Rift Herald will go over to DK. Still a very close game in terms of gold, but DK are getting all the objectives.
Well, they also can turn this, I think, into Dragon Pressure, right? Because it's very early on still, so you can play for this topside turret because Delight is dead.
Zeka.
That was very unnecessary. Well, Hanwha, okay. DK are actually playing the map well. They have double globals, right? I want to give them credit for that, even though Hanwha Life found a nice counterpunch and bot. But Hanwha Life also are
just attacking each other at the same time. We do have a setup here for the first Chemtech Drake. Rift Herald going mid for pressure. And Hanwha Life, I mean, this is just 1 Drake. We'll see if they do. This is the Realm Orb comes in. He's just gonna, not eat it. Messes up the timing. But it's still a fight that is good for DK. Zeka in a lot of trouble. Some shots do go into the Cho'Gath, though, as they finally do take out Zeka. But are they too deep is the question. Peanut's gonna flash away. And Zeus is leading the charge here. Beryl in a very awkward spot. And should eventually be taken down. But look at the right side of this fight as a bunch of damage going into Delight. Lucid just trying to survive. He gets chopped down by the Wukong. And now Showmaker going 1v3. Not the best spot for him. Should eventually be taken down. Double kill, and the Root comes in onto aiming. But he is Ezreal, and he gets away.
Hanwha Life with a big punch back. Engaged here and just let Beryl die. And it would have been a lot better. But instead they try to salvage the situation and it doesn't work.
Now, speaking of Beryl dying, they're going to let him die this time. There's no turret in mid, no turret in top. Hanwha Life got that after the Drake fight, so tons of map.
Blue buff fight? In my LCK?
Our teams love fighting over blue buff nowadays.
Maybe a deep TP from Showmaker?
All right, well, the blue buff's going for a little walk as the TP is not very deep, and now we have Lucid very deep in there as the Nico is going to peel very well for this, though. Hanwha Life are going so deep into this jungle.
Ryze is here.
Now, Ryze does get here. Beryl the first to go down, but that's just Beryl. But now Shiu in the front line can't do anything, just 100-0'd in a stun lock position. Delight, though, is just going to die. Don't know how and Lucid managed that. But now the root comes down, and Viper will collect as this Jhin, 5-0 and 5. Nobody has dealt with him yet.
Yeah, Viper is not losing this game. At least that's to be the case. And now, Hanwha Life, oh, but certainly picking up this Otacon. So we do, in fact, get the fight. The big thing is that I think Showmaker is like a second item finish away. So they're a little bit too early here. If Showmaker is here for the entirety of this fight with the bounces, I think maybe it was playable. But the Ultra Barrel only hits the front line. We see a full ultimate that comes out as we do get the confirmation. They did get it. And now, Hanwha Life sitting on a big gold lead, an Otacon, and a DK that I think is just going to try their very best to play for this dragon and get the soul point. But if they don't deal with Viper, they are not winning. If Viper did use his flash, that is a big deal.
Yeah. We're going to engage on a barrel once again, who does get that belt off, but he does flash away now. Aiming has to flash over the wall himself, and the engage comes in from Zeus, and the knockback here from Zeka. It's the 1-2 punch that gets them in position to take this Drake down. A couple of kills go to HLE. This DK very much falling apart now to the engage of Hanwha Life Esports.
As it is written, Valdez. Hanwha Life going to be able to deny the soul point here to DK. Aiming also having to use his flash. Same for Barrel. And if Hanwha Life is the one pulling the shots and DK aren't ready, but feels like the moment might have passed for DK. I still think their late game is good, but this mid game is just not making it work.
Aiming's just being bullied right now. He tries to step up to the Jhin, and Viper shows him who's boss.
It's Viper's Jhin.
That was all Jhin.
This whole game feels like it's been a lot of that.
Viper does kind of decide for his team sometimes that he's just going to carry and win. That does happen relatively often. And this game really fell apart for DK through the mid game. HLE, she was realm warped in to try to get the dragon, didn't get the dragon.
Ulting.
And immediately died. Here comes Viper, the flash on in, immediate cleanse. Meanwhile, we've got Delight making plays up on the top side, and they don't even get Viper, who just walks it off and laughs at them. Now the wall's gonna come down, Aiming being attacked from so many different angles, and he doesn't get to play the game. Shiu here is just walking. He is just walking.
It was the Hail Mary. I think Showmaker tried to Realm Warp behind Viper as well, with Lucid coming on the ult, and then Showmaker's Realm Warp got interrupted and he just died. They found him. They snuffed him out. And now the game, certainly going to the game number 3 that we were expecting, Valdez.
Yeah, it's looking like it. They're not going to end it just now, because we do have that last seismic shove we saw.
And the Cho'Gath, it didn't really work, but it really doesn't feel like a pick issue. I just think that they got out-team fought really, really hard.
And it's hard to say because I feel like every game we have Cho'Gath, it just falls flat on his face like this. And it feels like an execution issue, but...
LCK Cup, which was off the back of the Mbessa. As the... Lucid, I mean, he's still maybe going to give it a go, but there's uh-oh.
Yeah, they're pulling off the Baron here. Yeah, he goes in, and then he goes out, down into the death chamber. In goes Zeus now. Looking for an angle here on a Shiu, no doubt. The rest of the team is not following this. Delight is now making his way in, but Zeus doesn't take damage from these two, especially. Delight comes in, wall comes down. Now Shiu in a lot of trouble, a knockback comes down. And again, Zeus is kind of unkillable. We do have the knockup from Shiu on the left side, but it's not going to matter. The wallets are just too heavy, and Zeus is just tanking the turret as he TPs into mid lane.
Looked a little rough for Hanwha early on, but in the team fights, DK was absolutely no match for them. Kind of a stump.
Will Zeus die? Yes, he will. Flash on in. It's over.
It's fine. If Viper somehow died in the ruckus, then maybe, but not going to be the case. DK still in the cursed timeline as a Showmaker, having a little bit of fun with it as he gets taken out. A good amount of early prio. I don't mind what DK have, but I also think that they kind of have a range advantage over the Xayah. But we saw the early trades went pretty well for Viper and the Life, so looks like they are not going to be too bothered. And the early leads for Hanwha, slow and steady being built out here.
Yeah. First Drake.
DK as well. Aiming true to his namesake.
Just a mark here too. Lucid's just getting free marks this game. 4 marks for free?
Actually, it matters a lot. I think once you get deeper into the game, like 10 AP is not going to be a difference maker. This is going to be the turret going over.
Angle, I think it actually looked pretty cute.
I guess. I'm not really with it as a.
Are we gonna fight?
Hits.
Are we actually going to fight?
One item spikes. I think Hanwha Life are feeling pretty good about this. Jinx not that scary just yet.
I mean, you gotta press some buttons. You gotta press some buttons. You gotta force Kindred ults. You gotta do something. But it is very difficult to engage into this comp against Kindred and Alistair. As now we got in the front line, Shu in a bit of trouble, but he is Yorick. The redemption comes out. And that is going to get them healed up quite a bit, but Lucid's still here. Beryl running out of his ult. He's got to back away. He goes back in and just dies first blood at 17 minutes and 47 seconds. And Lucid is sticking around, trying to get the smite here. We got the ult down. Oh man, the Feathers did way too much, but here comes Showmaker, gets a couple of kills, and Peanut can't do anything against this Victor as the shield comes in. And oh man, the spear's going to miss. Maybe if it hits, he can do something. Showmaker, desperate for that, does nearly I see you, Beryl. That was a very good angle. Now that I've seen the lines, I understand now.
Oh.
It all makes sense now. It is hard to make sense of it sometimes, though. Lucid coming in here, and he's got Showmaker with him. That is a ton of damage on a Peanut.
Yeah, he has Lichbane. There's a TP behind them.
It's Corky.
That's Corky.
I mean, Zeka is level 13, but he's, flanking Corky. Now on the front line, though, Showmaker, he's just being bullied. He gets burst down, and Beryl's like, I'll go with you too, why not? Maiden is here. Shu does not want to split push, as he has been here for all of the fights.
Is that Otacon? The play is lost. It's fine. It's rough, but at least you would have gotten that topside turret. Now you still get it, but it takes a lot longer. It's every single game.
Yep.
And then patch later, we're like, okay, that was a bad idea. We shouldn't have done that. That was funny.
As long as we realize it fast, you know.
Yeah, true.
Doesn't stick around too long.
Of his health bar, I think it was just a spear.
Yeah.
And you don't have IE. So I think you just let this one go.
Yeah, just wait.
DK, so they probably won't.
Let's Shu split push. Shu backed, and he's looking to group. Maybe he pushes bot.
Decent amount of sustain, so that's something. They are looking for the fight, Valdez. I am not surprised.
Just let it go.
But
he's already gone. Hanwha Life are doing you a favor. Oh, the Jinx Rocket! The Jinx Rocket! We were just talking about it. We were just talking about it. And now the kiting is coming out here. Zeus in an awkward spot. Is able to hop over. And he is going to flash just to try to get out of this one. But Lucid is not. Okay, he is, actually.
Okay, that was good. I was... You were just waiting for the flash forward into immediate turn by kind of blowouty games. Game 1 was, or Game 2 rather, was close for a longer amount, but still once Hanwha Life started winning, we did kind of know. The flanking Yorick is the deadliest. There is a Gigacon. There's also, it's Xante, so actually locking him down is quite hard. Let's lose it.
Yorick! Oh no!
My LCK!
It
happens more often than you think.
It's every day. And might just be flipping this objective. Hanwha Life are being pushed off of this by the Yorick, in fact. Bullywall going to put Zeus in a really awkward spot. And this is just going to go over to Peanut as the smite comes out early from Lucid. And now Viper was flanking? I don't know. He's very out of this fight. He's not doing damage, and they just press forward. DK, they want to take out Zeka, but the knock into the wall. This Cassante is doing quite a lot, but the rest of the team is just being burned. And that should be Zeus eventually going down here to Aiming, who did get excited. And now we have the TP to the bottom side as Shu picks up the triple kill, and now he can split push.
I don't know how that fight was a bit of a mess. I am unsure. Why was Viper flanking? How did Lucid? Because I'm pretty sure he missed the spike by like a lot. I think it was like 200 when Peanut got it.
200.
A lot of mistakes in that fight. Not quite sure what happened. We're gonna see it in the replay. But when all is said is done, DK didn't need this dragon. They did get the bot lane in it.
Barons before. They tried to do it against Gen G, and they're gonna try to do it here. And as you mentioned, they have just a ton of damage here. Beryl is going to get some vision. It's already at half health.
Are we flipping it against Jinx and Kindred? I don't know about that.
Looks like it. Right over the wall. It's so easy for Lucid. It's just free. And he's got his ult to stay alive. Zeus is being kited out here. Does not go down just yet, and Kindred does hit the floor. Beryl also going to die. Aiming. Excited. It's a 3v4, but nobody can deal with aiming. The Stellatus is just running. Oh, that was very close to getting aiming.
Oh, the goal!
Oh, there you go. The goal gets it. And now aiming. And they're just all running away. And eventually, they will die. The cats are getting in there. And he steps on the choppers. It's free.
Are we on a different timeline? Is it happening? After all this time? Did they diverge far enough?
I'm a believer.
Oh, it's only Viper. His clear is good, but he's playing into Baron. GA is there.
He's got GA. Maybe he can try to go in and clear the wave, but against Baron, I don't think it's going to happen, but he has to try. He just has to go in, and, well, eventually he dies. But that was a foregone conclusion, as he will res and immediately die again. This game is over as the Nexus goes down. DK take down Hanwha Esports.